Replicon Radio is brought to you in part by the Shadow Army and Lex the Hex Master. Boo, 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 boo. What up, y'all? We're back. We're here. We're doing it. We're trying again. Have a little bit of technical difficulties, but it happens. It happens to the best of us. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Brennan? There we go. You good, Joe? You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ripping and rolling.
I'm here.
Sorry about all the difficulties, y'all, but we are back.
My apologies. It's my crazy dungeon. There's a lot of
It happens. It happens. It happens to the best of us, man. But we're back. We're live. We're here. We're doing it. I do apologize if anything cuts out tonight. We are on location, but everything is being recorded. So worst case scenario will be up for everyone to enjoy. Again, I do apologize, but with that in mind, let's just keep moving, man. We got some very, very, very special guests on the line. Not one, but two special guests tonight. Give it up for DEVERAUXX, and DARBY TRILL. What up, guys?
What up? What up?
What's up? So, hi, man, I'm really excited. I apologize in advance, DEVERAUXX. Every time I say your name, I got to do it like 3 times, just because that's the only way I know how to do it.
Hell yeah. That's dope.
I'm just like, DEVERAUXX.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
This is shit. We definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to kick it with us and hang out with us tonight. I got to apologize to you guys, too. We lost you. We were having some difficulties this evening, man. We are all kinds of stuff going on. My partners in crime are on honeymoons and shit, so I'm in a remote location, and things aren't as... we're never that professional, but it's a little less professional tonight, so I do apologize.
I'm kind of far
Yeah,
out here.
All good, bro. Yeah, of course. It's a pleasure to be on fucking Replicon, man. Thank you guys for setting this up, man. It's very cool to talk to you guys, for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, it's great
100%.
It's great to have you guys. I guess let me start like this, just for the listeners and everybody tuned in. Introduce yourselves so they know which voice is which person.
Yeah, of course, man. I'm DEVERAUXX, producer. I've produced for Ouija Mac, Insane Clown Posse, In Drogues. You know what I'm saying? I did most of Gutter Water. Most of Gutter Water. I did all of Resistance 2. Basically, the whole onslaught of music that's come out of Ouija Mac this year and basically throughout his whole career with Psychopathic has been under my production. Some other people help me out too as well, like Shaggy the Airhead. We collaborate on shit, and there's other producers that he uses, but for the most part, like, we're the team collaborators. For Insane Clown Posse, I did the Game Over beat on Fearless Fred Fury. I've done a couple Gathering singles, the Willoughby Rags joint in 2018, I believe I did. And I did the Dark, the Hollow Wicked single that came out, I believe, last year. And soon to be that new Yum Yum Bedlam. We got a couple tracks on there as well. You know what I'm saying? And I've done a lot of production for a bunch of people in the underground world, but that's mostly what I'm known for, is working with Ouija Mac and Insane Clown Posse.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. Well, and I mean, I guess let me start by saying congratulations right now, man. You guys are, you and Ouija are tearing up the charts with that Wasteland that just dropped Friday, #2 on iTunes, and who knows where else on all the other charts, man. That's huge.
Man, thank you, bro. It's been a long fucking journey. You know what I'm saying? It's been you know, me and Ouija have been working together for so long, and we've always had this vision of you know what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like the entire the visual, the audio, everything to be like as insane as possible. And we kept pushing each other. I say this, bro. It's like Ouija Mac is one of the only artists that ever matches like my creative output, because I just fucking go in the studio and crank out as many beats as I possibly can, and just go as hard as possible for the squad and shit. So it's been a journey, you know, and a growing experience with each other as well, just kind of evolving this sound. And most of all, it's kind of, I was talking to DARBY as well. I think it's super important right now to have, especially a Juggalo artist, rep and kind of put on for Juggalos, regardless of anything. You know what I'm saying? Is to really keep this shit pushing forward and kind of break those boundaries and bring a new sound in and kind of, you know, keep the shit alive. You know what I'm saying? And keep pushing the envelope and letting motherfuckers know what's up. You know?
Hell yeah. No, it's super dope. So, I guess back it up a little bit, man, because I mean, obviously, first of all, I mean, again, I feel like I just need to congratulate you a million times because all those, just the few things you mentioned, which isn't even everything you've done, is a huge accomplishment for anyone, especially in this. If you were ever a juggalo or know anything about this scene whatsoever, that's huge. So, congrats on that.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man.
For sure. So, like, how did you? So, like, are you from Florida as well?
Yeah, man. Me and Darby are both from Florida, man. We're fucking swamp rats, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Down gates.
So, like, I guess growing up, like, when you, like, how did you get into, like, producing and making beats? Was that something you always enjoyed as a kid, or were you wanting to be an artist yourself? Like, how did it all kind of get started for you in any sort of music?
Man, you know what? It all started when my dad. I was rummaging through my dad's CD collection and shit, you know. And my dad's a trade DJ, like he's an actual DJ for a living and shit. So he always had copious amounts of music all over when I was a kid and shit. So I would kind of go through his stuff, and whatever piqued my interest, I would kind of, you know, take out certain CDs and shit. But it wasn't until I found Kiss Destroyer that blew my fucking wig back, you know. And I became a diehard Kiss fan ever since, you know.
Hell yeah.
So that kind of began like my love for music and the love for the fandom and just like collect everything and have every fucking album and every CD. So with that, my dad taught me how to play guitar and shit, you know. So I started playing guitar and wanting to be in bands and shit, you know. And the shitty thing about a band is you need 4 people on the same page, on the same wavelength, and on the same level of dedication as you at all times, really, to make anything work, which is unfortunate because most of the time you have one person that's really dedicated down to do what it takes to get out there and grind and shit, and the other, you know, so some bands do it. I get it. It makes sense. Some bands can break through and shit, but most of the times, from my experience, is just one guy kind of pushing, making it happen, you know?
Yeah.
So to kind of piggyback off that is I tried to start bands and shit, and none of it ever really worked out. So at the time, like Waka Flocka was really popping, you know what I'm saying? The Brick Squad, the whole fucking early 2010. Yeah, that's my shit, man. I love fucking Flocka, man. But that's when I kind of learned that you can make beats and shit, you know? And I just kind of went on a YouTube dive and just learned how to make my own beats and shit, you know? And from there it was a wrap, just kind of self-taught, learning how to do certain sounds and kind of program drums and shit. Since I already had the band backing and shit, I kind of already had an idea for how drums work. But yeah, pretty much just trying to get into bands and do anything with music, learning that bands fucking fizzle out and no one ever has the dedication, and kind of just being a one-man band kind of deal, get into the beats and shit, you know?
So this is fairly recent then, right? Like, I mean, Waka Flocka hasn't been around for 30 years or anything. Like, when, if you had to pick I mean, if you know or you don't know, like, when was it that you first typed into YouTube how to make a beat, like, or whatever it was? Like, it had to be like a few years.
Yeah, it had to be like 2012, maybe 2011, 2012. Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
Like, what kind of bands were you playing in? Like, you just anything, cover bands kind of stuff, or?
Yeah, pretty much. We started out in cover bands, just kind of covering the local, local shit people like to hear at the bars, and then after that, you kind of get existential and want to like write original music. And no one, I don't know about like where you guys is from, but Florida is such a shitty state. Like in
it's
the
the
sense
same way.
where like there no one really likes to support and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
So
same
you get
way
on
here.
these long. Yeah, it sucks, man. You get on these long bills of. It's honestly just a cash grab.
Right.
If
Like,
you
how
have
many
to.
times can you play Nickelback over and over again? It's
Pretty much, man. And so yeah, that shit got played out, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man. That's holy shit. So you've essentially been a producer for like 8 years?
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
Jesus
sir.
Christ. Look at you. My God.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I need to encourage. This whole interview, I'm just gonna suck you off, bro, because that's insane. Like that's huge, dude. That's nuts. Like you're on platinum selling artist albums. You're charting on charts. You've only been doing this for 8. That's huge, man. I mean, you're
Man,
it's quick.
is this crazy as me? Is this crazy as for you guys? It's for me, man. I fucking tell Darby all the time, man. It's just I'm just a fan of the shit, just like everybody else too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm, you know.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So did you two, Darby's just sitting in the back chilling. Did you guys grow up together? Did you guys know each other growing up? You guys have been homies for a while?
Nah,
No?
No.
nah, not at all.
How
we
did
met on
yeah.
a Alanis Morissette fan site. That's
Hell
the
yeah.
origin.
That's what's up, man. I mean
That's
what better
funny.
place to meet your significant other than Alanis Morissette? Fan club site.
AlanisFansMeet.com.
That's dope. Hell yeah. And you guys fell in love immediately, or was he playing a beat for you and you were like, man.
He played 3 keys from Ironic, and I was just like, this is not ironic, this is fate. And that's how it
I'm
happened.
in love at first sight.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Nah, man.
Nah.
Basically, what had happened is I used to run a podcast, like my own podcast back in the day and shit, you know. And I would just basically reach out to people who I was following or cross-following and shit, and kind of learn about their music and kind of go back and get their full story, kind of like what you guys do. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to do that with like the homies and shit, and just kind of get something rolling. And over time, like I just hit up Darby, you know, because I saw his grind and shit. I would always see him doing shows, you know, posts and shit of him doing shows in South Florida and shit. And I had homies in South Florida and shit too, so that's kind of where the crossover happened and shit. So honestly, it's been just like an internet relationship, you know what I'm saying? And we just kind of went from there, you know. I interviewed him on my podcast and shit, and we just kind of hit it off after that, just talking about the wicked shit, you know, because we're both. He's a fucking endless knowledge of wicked shit. So anytime I have questions and shit, I'll hit him up or we'll just chop it up. And at the end of the day, we're just fucking homies making music. You know, that's what kind of the essence of all this shit is. You know, we just have a good time and, you know, we're just homies and shit, you know?
Hell
Yeah, we're just trying to make the type of shit we've always wanted to hear. Like,
Right.
in that genre, you know, just like breathe a little bit of life into certain aspects of the wicked shit.
Fuck yeah, man.
That's
No,
what
that's
we do.
dope. I just assumed with my my ungeographical ass, you guys are both from Florida, so I figured you guys like knew each other.
Florida's a long rock, man.
Yeah.
He's on one end, I'm on the other.
Hell yeah.
But,
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
like half of it's a swamp,
magic.
and then the other half's like a beach. It's kind of crazy out there.
All right.
And then
Yeah,
in between that is swampy beaches. Those are the best.
Those are the best. And alligators. All the alligators. All you can
Swamps,
eat.
beaches, shanty towns, and cities here and there. A lot of trailers, a lot of
That's
trailer
wild.
parks.
Hell yeah.
So I guess we're gonna play ping pong. Let's do that. So Darby, what was your entrance into music? Were you just grew up a fan, like you were just a juggalo and you wanted to make dope ass juggalo music, or you You were just into different like how did you kind of get into becoming an artist and led you down the path to even meet Devereaux or get involved in music in general?
Well, I mean, being a juggalo is a huge part of that. Because, I mean, obviously, ICP and Twisted and shit, that's been my shit since I was a kid. Like, that's the first music I found that was, like, mine that I really loved. So, like, that was probably, shit, I was, like, 11 or 12 years old when I first found out about them. And I got on, like, around the race at Shangri-La. And, yeah, I mean, they inspired the fuck out of me to rap. But before I started taking rap seriously, I was doing drums and singing in a punk band called Brain Dead, and we would do like shitty little Misfits covers and TSOL covers and shit. We sucked, but we had fun. And like Dev said, you know, it's really hard to keep a band together with so many conflicting heads who want to do different things. Like I was just in another band like recently that fizzled out in like 2 months just because no one could agree on shit. Everyone wanted to do a bunch of different shit. But I mean, I've been like freestyling since I was in like middle school.
Oh, dope. All right. Well, again, we were having technical difficulties here.
We'll be right back after this funny little commercial break.
No commercial break.
Here.
I got it. Oh boy. All kinds of technical difficulties tonight, y'all.
Major difficulty.
It's all good. We're gonna make it work.
Oh, sorry, my dungeon's deep.
All
Yeah,
kinds-
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're still live on the air. We're just having technical difficulties. This is madness. I have
All
to,
good, all
have to-
good.
I have to continue to apologize to everyone.
No worries. I thought you guys were just sick of my story.
We're just like,
all
forget
good.
this, man.
You can blame it on me. I live in a dungeon. It's cool.
No, you're good. Let me. This sucks, man. Hang on. We're just connecting calls and doing all this live on the fly, man. Replicon Radio all day, just keeping it moving, keeping it together. We don't let technical difficulties bring us down. We just keep on going through, man. The internet is crazy. We're in the middle of the woods. I have to apologize to our guest again for the millionth time, but we're gonna keep pushing through, man. I'm sorry, guys, but
All good, all good.
we're not gonna let you
good.
escape.
We're here for the ride.
It's not normally this bad. I feel terrible, but
Nah, it's all good. I've peeped a few of your episodes, and I know you guys are super professional with the shit.
well, I appreciate it.
It's all
just
good.
not just
Shit
not tonight.
happens.
It's my fault.
Hey.
It's my fault. Well,
Hey,
no,
it's all
Deborah's
good.
fault, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, we're good, man. We're pushing through. We're gonna keep on pushing through. We're still live. The listeners get to listen to all my mistakes tonight, and we have real important people on the line. So,
Roll with the punches.
oh man. But yeah, no, we loved your story. I was so enthralled in your story. I was like, it broke my heart that it got abruptly
Yes.
stopped.
While I was telling it, you passed out and your head hit the cancel call button real quick.
Yeah. And then as soon as I came to, I drew this on a piece of paper, and this is what makes time travel possible.
Exactly.
So I appreciate you guys helping me discover time travel. But yeah, you can definitely. I'm not, for everyone out there that may not be familiar, I wasn't just assuming you're a juggalo because
Oh no.
just because, but I definitely it's referenced in your music a million times.
Yeah, that's one thing that's like important to me is like references are there for the people that know, but it's not like just blatantly like lifting lines off like my favorite artist, you know, showing love.
Yeah.
You know, any type of like other rapper, it's cool if they reference like mainstream media or other rappers they fuck with, but for some reason in the juggalo culture it's always been like kind of frowned upon. I really don't give a fuck about that. Like I'm just doing what I want to do and having fun with it, and I want to shout out like the shit that inspires me, so that's why I put so much of that in my music. But I mean that's a huge part of who I am, not only as an artist but like as a person, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's something that's always there with me.
I feel that, man. I've been been juggling for a long time as well, so I get it for sure. And
Hell yeah.
it's
Hell
dope.
yeah.
It's dope to hear, especially like the first time listening. You're like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know anything about this guy, but then you're like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about Echo Side, or he's talking about this, or he's like, okay. And you know what I'm saying? At least now we know each other. What else you got to say?
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So it's dope.
Exactly. I mean, that's not like every song of mine has
No,
shit like
yeah.
that, but there's a few, and they're aptly titled as such. Like, no one wants to be my friend because I'm a juggalo. Or on me and Dev's newest album, we got the part 2 of that entitled Juggalonely, and that's just like references to like old songs, you know, like a lot of titles from songs get used as like punchlines and shit, and that's just, I don't know, that's just how I write shit. I write about what I know, and that's like the majority of what I know.
I hear you. So going from I guess being in a, was that growing up? Obviously, you said you were into juggalo stuff and things, so I assume you were also into punk music if you started a punk band.
Yeah.
What led you from going from you said you were doing drums? You were playing drums in the band?
I was doing drums and singing.
Okay,
And we
you
did
were
like
singing.
a few shows like that, and then I got my little homie Joey to pick up the drums. He played them like shit, but he played them for us. And then that's when I started, like, I would be kind of like rapping. We did, I don't know if you know the song In the Hall of the Mountain King. It's like an old, like, classical kind of song. But we did like a more metal version of that and rapped over that. And I rapped over like Suicidal Tendencies instrumentals. I rapped over Skulls from the Misfits. We just took like punk songs, and I didn't know the lyrics to them, so I just pretty much rapped over them and rewrote shit.
Well, hell
And,
yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I can't even believe that you were able to play drums and sing at the same time. That's
I mean, mind you, it did not sound great. It was not
Right.
good, but it was there, you know, like the seeds were being planted.
Hey,
And,
anyone that
you
can
know,
handle both of those, you got some skill. That's for damn sure. That's very hard to do.
motherfucking Phil Collins.
Hell yeah.
Right? Hell yeah.
So doing that is what kind of led you down to like, well, I might as well just get
Yeah,
some
I
beats
mean,
and make my own raps instead of
yeah,
doing it
pretty
over
much
punk.
not being able to keep a band together, everyone wanting to do different shit, and I just wanted to like do what I wanted to do. And with the power back then, went on YouTube, did the typical juggalo rapper thing, downloaded some necro beats, recorded some shitty ass freestyle mixtapes. The rest is history. That was fucking 10, 11 years ago now.
Wow.
So was there
Yeah.
I don't even know how to ask this. So obviously you're or anyone we're gonna play some later, but so your music, your rap is definitely different than like normal juggalo style. Up until like Ouija, you know, it's more the new school style of rap, if you will. Like how did you end up like being so influenced by like juggalo music and underground like wicked type of music, and then it was like you were making that type of music before it was popular. Like, what kind of led you down the path of that style of hip hop?
Evolution, man. Evolve or die. You know, you gotta keep up with shit. You gotta keep doing shit. And I mean, I really like hard hitting beats. You know, like that bass. And you can't be rapping no like crusty ass flow over that. You gotta adapt to it. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just adapting to what's in front of me.
For sure.
I mean, I was able to do like rap on punk songs. I mean, you throw some shit at me, I'm gonna do my best to adapt to it.
That's what's up. So you've put out a ton of projects over the last since you started. What and like you done collabo like projects with different people. How did you and DEVERAUXX end up meeting up? And you guys have done a ton of collaborations together now, right? Like even like records
Yeah.
together and
Well, like Dev said, it was on the internet shit. He had me on his podcast, and we kicked around the idea of doing like a really grimy album, kind of based around like some guy that lives in some shack in the swamp, like some what's that movie called Hatchet, Victor Crowley,
hell yeah.
like some grimy shit like that. And so we had kicked that idea when we first like talked on that podcast. he had sent me some beats, and then we dropped a couple singles, and then Piecemeal came out, our first collaborative tape, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's funny because the first 2 beats he ever sent me didn't come out until today. They're on the Remains tape.
Oh, really?
So
That's wild.
yeah.
So how long ago was it when Devereaux, when you reached out to Darby? Like when did you guys first talk on the podcast? Like how long ago? When did this meetup take place?
Wow, man, that must have been like,
That was like 3 years ago.
yeah, like 3 years ago. Yep.
Yeah.
About 3. That's what's up. So 3. So
Yeah.
you guys have been making hella music together, doing albums together, collabos together. You guys definitely that Alanis Morissette really connected you guys.
Exactly.
Damn right. Yeah,
100%. You ought to know.
So we got to talk about this. So Devereaux, you're like a huge Alanis Morissette fan, according to Darby. Is this true?
Oh
Is there
my
some
God.
sort of story behind this?
So what happened is the other day that I was on the gram and shit, and Darby is a prolific vinyl collector, right? And I collect vinyl too. So anytime he'll post on his story the fucking Riddlebox vinyl or like the Carnival of Carnage vinyl, and I'm always like, fuck, man, that's so dope. I don't have them and I need them. Anyway, so he posts fucking Alanis Morissette, and I'm like, dude, are you seriously down with Alanis Morissette? Like, I respect her career and shit. Like, she's obviously a very prolific songwriter. League's more popular than me. I get it. You know what I'm saying? She's very talented in all respect. I just can't fuck with the music. You know what I mean? And you know, and he's like down by law with Alanis Morissette, and I'm just trying to understand, like, I'm trying to understand what the logic behind that is, because he listens, you know what I'm saying? We listen to the wicked shit and all this crazy shit, and you're down with the Lord. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? So I go and run a poll on my Instagram to see if Alanis Morissette is really that fire, and it turns out she is, man. And maybe I'm the one in the wrong here, you know?
I would agree. She is that fire.
God damn.
I told you, bro. I told you, bro. I told you, bro. I told you.
I mean, if I had to break it down, there was a solid down period in between like Jagged Little Pill and the second record until like recent that she may not have been popping, but she was so dope before that it didn't matter. Plus, she's God.
That, bro.
And Dogma. For a
That's
couple
what I'm
of
saying.
seconds.
That's what I'm saying. See that? I'm telling you, bro. The world knows. Now you know.
I'm the one that's tripping.
She's
It's
all
very
right.
clear now.
Yeah.
She's all right. I understand.
I'm excited. There's gonna be some Devereaux with some Alanis Morissette samples in it.
Bro, that's what I was saying.
Fuck yeah.
See,
I mean-
now we're cooking up some really, really pivotal shit. Y'all heard it here first on Replicon Radio.
Hell yeah. I mean, she's featured, like, one of her first vocal performances in, like, I don't even know how many years. She's featured on the new Halsey record. Like, that shit's
Man, I
dope.
give no fucks about any of that.
Well,
It's all about the Jagged Little Pill. That's it.
it is all about Jagged Little Pill, but I'm just saying, like,
That was the thing she did that was good.
I don't even know who Ballsy is or whatever. So,
well, you learned something today.
we did.
There you go. Hell yeah. That's crazy, man. So you guys have done. So you just the Remains just dropped today for everyone who's interested. So brand new shit. But you guys did. You guys have done several projects together that I have in front of me that I don't know the name of because the internet's stupid today.
We did a tape called Piecemeal. That was like the album that dropped like a couple months ago. And that's like one of my favorite things I've ever done. That shit, I'm super proud of that. I'm super proud of the Remains too. Like, I'm super proud of what me and Devereaux have been doing. Like, and super proud of what Devereaux's been doing with everyone else. I mean, shit. That Wasteland is fire. This man, his beats, he's like some maniacal little evil genius over there just cooking up beats all day.
Hell yeah.
And just dispersing them into the world, and they take life of their own.
Absolutely.
Infiltrate your
Yeah,
ears.
man, no. for real. Like I think the piecemeal tape was real pivotal because I think me and Darby really came together and wanted to make a statement with it. You know, like to let motherfuckers know that like Darby, Trill, and Dev aren't nothing to fuck with. You know, so we kind of put our all into it. We got Ouija Mac on the album. We got the homie Scum. Shout out LSP and all.
Yeah, shout out Scum, big time.
Yeah,
man, OG right there.
Yeah, for real. We really put our all into that project, you know, and I think it shows, man. We got a lot of really good response from it and shit, and we got a lot of love from it, man. And I feel like it's another just pressing the boundary on what it is that this sound is supposed to be. You know what I mean? Really doing a new, like you said, bro, putting a new school take on what we already know and doing something different with it. You know?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
No, and it's a dope project, man. It's definitely, you know, it's one of the Juggalo scene in general. With it's very strange. Like same with Ouija. Like a lot of people were like, "Fuck this dude" when he first came, just because Juggalos didn't understand it. They're like, "What is this different type of music?" It had nothing to do with him. People just weren't prepared for new style in our old world. But you know, with Ouija and with Darby and a few other artists, you know, Shaggy the Airhead and other people coming out, people are like, you know what I mean? It's like a whole new generation of not just Juggalo, just everybody, but the Juggalo world is, you know, accepting of it now, and it's starting to become a pretty big movement there as well.
Yeah, big shout out to Shaggy the Airhead, man. That's the homie. Man. That's the homie. And shout out forever, man. And shout out to Cutthroat the Corner. That's another motherfucker that's killing the wicked shit right now. That motherfucker spits. He makes beats and shit. Fire. Super fire. That's my boy right there, too. There's a lot of people in this scene that are coming up and doing good shit. It's just you got to dig through a lot of, shit to find them, you know?
Absolutely. I'm learning about it as I go, man. Like, I'm one of these old head fucking Juggalos, and you know what I'm saying? I'm learning about this shit as I go, but it's dope. And luckily for me, I have this platform and I can reach out to people and actually get to know them and learn about it and help other people. You know what I mean? Like, getting to know people is way different than just randomly skipping through a Spotify playlist and be like, you know what I'm saying? People actually go back and be like, oh, that's that dude. I get it now. That's dope. I was going to ask you about somebody. You guys did a project with Castle Hill as well. What is that? Is that
Castle Hill?
Fire.
Yeah, Castle Hill's my homie, man. He's another prolific guitar player that we actually stay by each other. He lives probably like 10, 15 minutes from my house and shit. So we collaborate all the time on beats. He'll do guitar work on anything, you know what I'm saying? And we'll cook up, and then we'll get the squad involved, you know. I'll throw some drums over the guitar work that he does, and then we'll send it to Darby or Shaggy or whoever, and they'll just murk it. We're just something different, you know?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's super. It's dope. I listened to the project. I just wasn't sure who that was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird when you listen to music. You don't, you know what I mean? Like, especially if it's artist you're not familiar with, you don't know who's who or what's going on. Is that a guitar player? Is that the producer? Is that the rapper? Is that a new group?
Right.
Like,
right.
The simplest shit in the world that you should know. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, well, who's this guy? Who are these guys? But it's dope to see like producers are credited more now. Like that's becoming a thing. Thank God. Like,
yeah, man. That we're really trying to change that and shit. You know, because I think the producers nowadays are almost in charge of at least half or more than half of what the vibe of the whole album or track is. You know what I mean? And it's
100%.
And it's cool.
You're the whole band right now. I mean,
yeah, exactly, man. And it's cool that a person like Mikey Clark is able to build a legacy, and that the clowns have shown enough light on the mic so the whole community knows about Mikey Clark. That's what we're really just trying to do for us and ourselves, is make motherfuckers know that the producers put respect on our names, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. No,
and the producer's more important than the fucking rapper is, in my opinion, as a rapper. If it wasn't for the producer, what the fuck you doing? You just spitting over air, or you banging on the wall or something? Nah. You gotta get someone with that.
Not that that wouldn't be dope, though.
Right. That would be pretty cool.
Somebody needs to bang on the wall now.
Nah, who did that? What's his name? Hobson.
Did
He
it?
had that song back in the day where he was like banging on pans and shit.
Tech did
rapping
the
over
beat
it.
on your chest thing.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Hell
that
yeah.
is true. But
But no,
still,
it's it's dope. It's good to see the credits, and it's good to And that's one thing that I've always tried to do. Like, we try to get producers on here and talk to people because, like you said, you're at least responsible for 50% of what's going on there. You know what I mean? And it's definitely a big deal. It's dope to see.
It's probably more than 50%, though. I mean, that's a lot of work. You're doing the whole band.
Hell yeah.
You're doing all of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's
the
just-
production sways like the whole feel and vibe of the song.
Right.
The rapper just writes based off of the sound, you know.
Exactly. You almost need that
Producers
before
in
you
charge of that
even
shit.
before you even know what to write. You almost
Sometimes.
need that music. You know, that's what makes them want to sing.
Exactly.
100%. 100%.
That's dope. So I guess going back to you, Devereaux. So you're Googling, you're YouTubing how to do it. You start getting into it. You start learning how to produce and make beats. You start your podcast. You're doing both of these things simultaneously. How did you actually break? Like you're just not a kid in your basement in Florida making beats and putting them up on BeatStars and an Insane Clown Posse called you up, or Ouija Mac just stumbled into your basement. Like, how did, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you go from Googling how to make a beat to being Devereaux?
Yeah, man. Honestly, it was a lot of trial and error because at that time, producing was still kind of like an underground thing, you know. So there wasn't like a guidebook like there is now, so you can just Google something and you know, Google will most likely provide you somewhat of an answer to production questions, A&Ring, and all that stuff. So basically learning online is that you just got to be your own A&R and shit and reach out to artists and submit your own work. Because nowadays you don't even need an A&R, man. If you just hit someone up just like how we set this up, you know, you're your own A&R. So really what it was is just kind of hitting up random local artists from Florida and just trying to get my beats heard and really perfecting the craft too. You know, it's just ticking away at the computer and seeing what works, you know, seeing how to make your drums hit, learning how to make melodies and shit. That was just years and years of practice. And over time, I started catching placements with some artists down here, and I started to get that kind of boiling in the underground. And that's kind of where I met Shaggy the Airhead, the owner of Lazy and Crazy, producer. You know, you guys know him. He's a Ding Ding Doll, and he's produced for Ouija Mac as well, you know. And he's kind of been my ride or die brother with this shit, you know. And we've kind of we always bounce ideas back and forth with each other on who to work with artist-wise, you know. At the time, we would kind of collaborate and decide who to send beats to and like that. So what happened is that Shaggy was up on Swagtooth early, very early. And he decided to he was sending them beats, and he decided to link me up with them as well and kind of start sending each other music and shit, because he was like, man, these guys are on the come up. They're about to blow and shit. Because he's always had that foresight, you know what I mean? Just knowing when something is there, you know? So from then on, we started sending beats back and forth to them and shit, and that ended up landing on the Dead York album, you know? And so that's kind of where that connection happens with how we start to link up with Ouija Mac and shit, you know what I'm saying?
So that was so outside of, I guess, the Florida, I guess, local rap scene or whatnot, your first major production was on Dead York with Swagtooth?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had a couple little underground hits with some dudes, but nothing really too crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? But for the legacy of it all, looking back at it now, yeah, that's definitely where that first stepping stone kind of began, was with Dead York. Yeah,
that's dope. I didn't know that. I didn't.
Yeah.
What? That's a great record, by the way. If anybody doesn't have it, Swagtooth, Dead York, the last Swagtooth, and one of the best, if not moon boots
Yeah,
and all
I
that
agree.
shit. Yeah. What what was your contribution to Dead York?
Oh man, we did
Was it you and Shaggy
yeah,
working together?
yeah, we do have some collaborative beats on that. React, I think we did React on that. Um, man, it's been so long. I'm not even sure, man. But I know we did React, and I think two more we did on there.
That's dope, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So then, I guess when Ouija went solo and joined up with Psychopathic, he was just like, "That's my dude." Like he just fell in love with you, or like how did that come about?
Well, it kind of all comes back to like the work ethic and shit. You know, is how quickly the Dead York project kind of came together. Lets me know as a producer how serious an artist is. You know, because sometimes there's artists that make great fucking music, man. They're just the best shit, but they take years to put out one fucking song, you know. And at that point,
Yeah.
as a producer, you're already at a different juncture. You know what I mean? So what happened was is we saw that they were serious and that there was ethic there. You know, out of anything, you can make shit music, man, but if you have ethic, to me, that feels like that weighs more than how good the music is, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because you know you're down to work and you're ready to do what it takes to fucking go hard, you know? So what happened was is I would send Ouija beats and kind of flood him with shit, and he would let me know that he was murking these songs, you know? And that's another thing too, is fucking communication, you know?
Yeah.
As having open lane of communication. So all this was so positive that I knew, like, man, we got to keep giving this guy music because I feel like he's going to snap with the shit because he's really about it. He's very serious about the craft and shit, you know? So we kept sending each other shit back and forth, and that first project you get is that Trash Fire tape that came out, I think, in, like, late 2017 or early 18 or something like that. And that's kind of how that came together, is us just going back and forth, bouncing ideas off of each other. And you get that first album, you know.
Fuck yeah, a dope ass
Yeah.
album as well. That's definitely that's crazy. But that makes sense. So you're like, this motherfucker's. You're like, I'm just gonna send you a batch of beats. Hope to God you use some. And next thing you know, Ouija's like, I got 18 mixtapes. What's good? Like,
Exactly, man. No, exactly. And that's what you want to see, you know, because nothing is worse than just sending your beats into a void for no one to ever use. You know what I mean? And God knows we you know, me, Shaggy, and I'm sure other producers as well have just gone through that heartache of having great songs just never get used. You know?
yeah, that's awesome, man. That's just. It's almost like it was.
Yeah.
It's meant to be, because now, for anyone who pays any sort of attention, well, even if they don't pay attention, it just seems like if it's Ouija, it's DEVERAUXX. 98% of the time, it's like y'all are a team. Like, it's, you can't have one without the other. I mean, obviously he does some production from other people, but majority it's y'all, and it's, you know what I mean. Like, your name is now synonymous with Ouija Mac, in my opinion, and probably plenty of other people's opinions as well. And that's huge, coming from the fact that you were just basically sending beats in hopes someone would use it, and now it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's sick, man. That's awesome.
Nah, man, it's a beautiful relationship, man. You know, because I feel like any fans of the underground or the Juggalos, you know, whoever's listening to Ouija Mac's music, especially the Juggalos, man, I feel like the Juggalos appreciate music at a different level than just a normal fan appreciates music. So it makes me feel even better that something I'm making 5-10 years down the road is still going to get listened to. You know what I'm saying? And that's just such a beautiful thing, you know, because music these days is so fucking recyclable. You know what I mean? It's just, you listen to an album for 1 week and then the next week is gone. So
Yeah.
to have the support of the Juggalos and have them actually love our music is just that much more special to me, man, because I know what it means to them. You know what I mean? That's just fucking awesome in my book, you know?
Fuck yeah, man. That's huge. That's like that. I'm excited. Like, I just met you tonight, sort of, and that makes me excited for you, because I know what it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what that shit's like. I can't even imagine, like, being a fan, and then, well, I can't imagine, but like, for anyone out there, like if you're a fan of something, especially in the Juggalo world, because the Juggalo world hits different than the regular world,
Right,
like you
way
said.
different.
So like if you're a fan, and next thing you know, you're like, I'm gonna start making beats and stuff, and next thing you know, these artists that you're a fan of are now on your music, and it's not only on your music, but now your name is synonymous with their music. That's fucking huge, bro. Like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah,
like,
man, it's a beautiful.
Your dream come true.
Sure.
Absolutely, man. I can't believe it some days either, man. I tell Darby that shit all the time, man. It feels like it isn't happening. You know what I mean? It's just that crazy to me too, as well. You know.
So going from Ouija, obviously he joined Psychopathic as a solo artist, and Choir moves on and does his thing. Shout out to Choir, we love him. I'm assuming that led to the relationship with Psychopathic. Do you like what was the next like who was the next artist in the DEVERAUXX I don't know how to word that, like who picked up a track next? Like when was the next, like what was your next holy shit moment in the career of DEVERAUXX?
Yeah, man. Honestly, so kind of how it worked out to tie that together is we were going hard with the music right as Trash Fire came out. It was like we didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? Trash Fire came out and we already were still working on. I was already sending him even more and more and more music. You know, so it's like we just didn't stop. So it just so happened that after I sent him a boatload of work after the fact, that we kind of started to learn that he was going to get signed. You know, so we kind of go. It's like fucking go time now. You know what I'm saying? Because if we gotta make the hardest shit fucking possible, you know, because if this is a major opportunity for us to shine, you know what I'm saying, to really do something different here, you know. And I was also, like you're saying too, like the Juggalo sound at the time was still very different, you know. So I wasn't really sure even how Gutter Water would be taken, you know what I'm saying, since we have such a different sound, you know. And it would be kind of an interesting pill to swallow, I guess, for the whole audience as a whole, man. And I was pleasantly surprised how much love fucking Gutter Water got, you know. So to answer your question, so we had that crossover. We kept going hard, and then Gutter Water comes out. And honestly, Ouija is the only reason, because Ouija was the one that linked me up with ICP and shit. So really, the next big artist I worked with was ICP, you know.
That's dope. Yeah, Gutter Water became like a pretty, like oddly enough, it almost became like an instant Juggalo classic, even though people were on the fence about it. But that you guys came out with that Ghost, with the single for Ghost, man, and that was just like that hit. Like that's still. I mean, there's no hits, I guess, in the Juggalo world, but if there was like a Juggalo charts, which maybe we should invent those, like Ghost would probably still be on it. Like that was a huge introduction. I mean, even though obviously Swagtooth was around and people were already doing their thing, and Ouija Mac was already working his ass, and everybody was working their ass off. It was literally you got to reintroduce yourself to a bunch of people, and that was a huge introduction for sure.
Yeah, man, it was interesting because the way it played out, that Juggalo Love Cypher came out first, I believe.
Yep.
And Ouija's kind of more on that like chopper flow over that easy beat, you know what I'm saying? And it's a very different sound. So coming off the heels of that and knowing that Ghost was going to be the first single, I was like, ooh, like I didn't know if the Juggalos were expecting Ouija to sound like that Cypher all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then having that transition, but yeah, man, it's been crazy, man. It's been surreal how much the Juggalos have embraced the new sound. You know, it feels fucking awesome, man. You know.
Fuck yeah. So what was the? So he linked you up with ICP. What, like being a Juggalo? Did you grow up listening? You grew up like obviously you were into underground music and horrorcore music in Florida. So I'm just assuming that you were into. Were you into ICP and twisted and juggalo music growing up? Like,
Yeah, definitely. I was down with ICP since 2009 and shit, you know. So to have that even to have a conversation with them is a fucking honor. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where I come from, knowing that listening to Malenko and fucking Ringmaster and all that shit, you know, like, yeah, it's mind blowing, man.
fuck yeah, man. So what was the like, how did like, I know there was there a conversation? Like, did you guys have like, hey man, we like your beats, we're thinking of something like this? Or were you like, I got these, just take them, like, and what was the first track? Like, being a juggalo, I know you
Yeah,
know, so you're like, that's my fucking, yeah, so.
Yeah, man. So Ouija linked it up. So he gave Joe my phone number and shit. So he ended up texting me, and they were working on Fred at the time, you know. And he hit me up and he told me he wanted a beat around like 93 BPM or something, beats per minute, and he wanted like a video game type song. And I was like, okay, vague enough, and I remember that's crazy. I was gonna go out that night, right? I was gonna go and do some dumb shit, and right as it happened, like they texted me and they said, like, you know, we want this for a song and shit. So I was like, fuck whatever's going on, I'm gonna sit down and knock this beat out real quick. And it's funny because when you have like, when you're cooking up something really crazy and shit, like, it just kind of comes to you. You know what I'm saying? There's other beats that take fucking forever, and some just kind of happen, you know? And that's how the Game Over beat kind of came about. It's like, oh, I want a video game type beat, you know, I want to have these elements and shit in it. So I was like, for sure. And I just went in and knocked it out real quick, and that's what ended up being the Game Over beat, you know?
Oh.
And that's kind of how that relationship started to build and shit, because, you know, they actually fucked with the beat and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then they snapped on it, man. That fucking song is insane, you know?
So fucking hard.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So Game Over from Fearless Fred Fury was the first. I remember they talked about that. Like, what I think they were afraid of like sampling issues or something with that. Like, wasn't there something going on with like the original beat for that with like a sample issues or something? I remember them talking about it before the album came out, but they were like super hype about that track.
I don't remember that. Yeah,
There was some interview and they were super hype about it. Like Jay was going on and on about that particular track, and he was like, we were worried that there was like samples or something in it, but hell yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah, man, that's super dope. So Game Over, and now you're just a damn household name in the Juggalo world, in the psychopathic. You're gonna be featured on Yum Yum Bedlam. You just got on the Peep Show CD for, what is it, The Blob?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Hell yeah.
That was dope. That's sick. That has to be fun, man. Like shit. Like, obviously, you know, it's work, and you know, you got deadlines, you got things you got to do. But sitting there, I couldn't even imagine like being a producer and watching that, like watching them that fun little show where they're in the studio and they're like all the Juggalos voted for your beat being the sickest on the first round. Like, that has to be cool as shit to watch, man. It'd be fun as hell.
Man, you know what? It's crazy because what blew my wig back the most was how much love Jump Steady showed. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, dude, that's so fucking cool. You know, like,
yeah.
As a fan and shit, you know, I go in there and like, man, what would I want to hear? You know, because I'm a huge fucking fan of Hell's Pit. Darby knows how big of a mark I am for fucking Hell's Pit. That's my shit.
Yeah.
And what I really wanted to bring back and shit with all this new sound is that aggressive edge. You know what I'm saying? That fucking angry, like, heavy bass. Like, I really wanted to bring that into the fold and kind of take notes from that. You know what I'm saying? And kind of mix my new sound with that old school sound and create this new weird amalgamation of whatever it is that we're doing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah, it's definitely, well, like, just that beat. I mean, obviously, I haven't heard your whatever you're working on. I'm not that cool, but that beat in particular, I can see that vibe, because it's like before anyone even lays a vocal, it sounds like the beat's coming to get you. The beat's already out to get you.
Right.
And that's sick.
Right.
Like, it has its own story. That's
100%. Yes.
I'm getting the fucking internet is stupid, yo. That's sick, man. I don't even know what to say. I just want to like clap my hands and like cheer for you. I'm so like it's just dope, man. It's so dope. Um, and obviously, so right now we got Wasteland. That was entirely produced by you, right? Everything on there is yours.
Yeah, I did all the beats, and then me and Shaggy did the Jack shit song.
Sick. So we got the upcoming 5th Joker's card of the second deck from the Insane Clown Posse. Devereaux is featured
That's
on
right.
below. Dropping Christmas Day.
That's right, yes sir.
What else is going on, man? Is there any other things that you got cooking up that you can talk about, or things you're working on that you're allowed to mention, or anything happening?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So me and Darby are constantly working, you know. So the Remains is out right now. We put our fucking heart and soul into that shit, you know. Me and Damian Quinn, we're doing some new shit. I'm doing the new Cult Activity project. You know what I'm saying? I love them boys. Them boys really got something special, I feel, you know. And I think with us two coming together, and me with that new school sound, and them just kicking that cult shit, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Gino, cult shit, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. that boy.
Yeah, for real, man. What a fucking talent, dude. So me and Damien have been chopping it up, and we're gonna do the new Cult Activity, and then me and him are gonna do some shit together as well. Me and Roz Dilliams got a new album coming out. I'm not too sure when that's coming out, but we're definitely got an album coming out very soon. That man, me and fucking Darby are huge fans of Roz, man, and I think he's one of the OGs in what we do. You know what I'm saying? He really came up in the underground like early on and shit. So
Yeah,
much props to him and all the much props to him and all the Handsome Boys and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much all I can talk about right now and shit is those two projects. You know.
Man, don't front. You know you got that Devereaux Alanis Morissette album coming out too.
Come on.
Secret tracks.
I'm sure just like I don't even know what to say. Like just thinking of the fact that in a few short years you went from learning how to do this to being one of the top producers in the underground to being featured on charting records with platinum artists, and this is just the beginning. Like I can only imagine the things you're working on right now and what's going to come in the next couple of years, man. Like that's why we got to make friends now before you get big and you won't talk to us anymore.
No, never, man. Never. No. It's just kind of put my head down and keep working type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just keep pumping out shit and for everybody to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like just kicking shit. You know.
Right. You're gonna be the one that's so much more into the band than everybody else. I mean, like you said, it's so hard to get 5 people to do exactly what you want to do. It's so hard. Nobody ever mixes together like that. Now it's all you.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate, but sometimes you just gotta take this shit by the horns and just get it done. You know what I mean? Just to prove your point. You know.
Well, I think you grab the horns and you're holding on for dear life. You're about to rip the horns right out of the fucking animal. So,
all right.
That's a shit. And for all the people, for all the aspiring rappers or the already the already rappers, they're not inspiring. They're already fucking killing it. You have a beat store, right? You have beats for sale.
Yeah.
Like, people like how can people get some of that Devereaux on their records?
Hell yeah, man. So if you just follow me on Instagram at Devereaux, DEVERU. No, my bad. Fuck. DEVEREAUXX. So if you follow me on Instagram, the link is right in my bio. You click it, and right there, Devereaux Beat Store. I have assorted beats there that you could purchase. You know what I'm saying? At a lower rate. You know. you can purchase them there, you know. Or if you want something exclusive one time, you can DM me. I'm working with all budgets. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to kick dope shit. And yeah, man, that's basically it. So you got the Beat Store, link in my bio, or you could just hit me up directly if you want a one-time custom, and we can talk about prices and shit, you know?
Hell yeah. You guys, anybody out there who's a rapper who thinks they're going to be a rapper, or, you should probably hit him up, man. Clearly, he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Hell yeah.
Right, Darby?
Hell yeah. Everyone's got that sauce.
Hell yeah.
That succulent, spicy sauce.
So I feel like you're being left out today, man. I want to talk to you some more. You just dropped an album today.
I'm chilling. Hell yeah.
It Remains.
With
That's dope. Hell yeah. 2 track. That's crazy. There's 2 tracks on there from the first time y'all talked. They just made light today. I think that's the freshest thing you said so far.
Yeah, one of them came out before, but I didn't really like it, so I deleted it and retooled it, and then it came out today. And then the second one actually featured Castle Hill on guitar on that shit, because the Remains has a couple joints that Dev did like co-production. He did one. The single was "Saw Your Family," and that's produced by DEVERAUXX and Shaggy the Airhead. And then I have a song on there called "I Met the Devil." His name is Sean, and that's produced by DEVERAUXX and Slavery. So we got a little bit of flavors on there. But yeah, I'm super proud of this project and everything we've been doing. It's just fun making music.
Fuck yeah, man. And yeah, like I said, I mentioned earlier, it seems like you're steady putting out project after project after project. You guys are already working on more shit. Like
100%. Stay working. I mean, so me and Shaggy the Airhead are working on an album right now that has a lot of DEVERAUXX production on there. There's also obviously production by Shaggy on there. But that motherfucker, he raps his ass off. He's like super fire, so me and him are coming together because we come from 2 different spectrums, you know. I got more of that like horror shit. He's got more of like the different type of vibe. I don't know how to describe it. More like real life shit. So we're mixing the 2 up. And then I got an album coming out in December called Suffer. That's produced mainly by my boy Cuddy. Then, you know, me and Dev are always working, always sending ideas back and forth and getting shit done. I mean, never over. Every day you gotta work on some shit.
Fuck yeah, man. No, that's super dope, and it literally just like everything you said just reminded me of what DEVERAUXX said earlier about linking up with Ouija and his work ethic and just steady grinding, and it's, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you guys are telling the same story over again, which is a good thing.
So, yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're on that same wavelength. That's why we're working.
Hell yeah. It's good to see, man. It's good to see. I got a couple questions here I want to make sure I get to. I want to apologize again to you guys and everyone listening for any sort of technical difficulties we had tonight. And
all good.
Someday in the future, we'll definitely have you guys back on because y'all are shit.
I'm always down. It's an honor to be speaking with y'all.
Yeah, of course.
Aww. That's what's up.
Don't go crying on me.
I'll wait till you're off the line. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just as much of a fan as anybody else, bro. Like, to everybody we talk to. I love it. But I have to ask you guys both, because we asked all of our guests the same shit, so I'm just going to get the shit out of the way, because that's what we do here at Replicon Radio, is we just repeat the same fucking shit over and over again. So I'll ask you both separately. Essentially, man, you got 3 records you just cannot live without. Whether it be you're stuck on an island and you chose to take them, or it's just the one you grab when you get in your car and you drive and you're mad, or you go sit and you hide and you're sad and you're crying and nobody knows you. You listen to Mariah Carey when you're sad, but you do. Just whatever it might be, 3 records you just could not live without. What would they be?
Alanis Morissette. Alanis Morissette. It's got to be.
It's not. I'm not asking you, so.
Dev, I definitely know he's got Alanis Morissette, the Cranberries, and
he's picking for him.
Oh my god.
What else do you like, Dev? The
I'm
Pee Wee
pressed
Herman
to say-
soundtrack.
Dude, I'm pressed to say
That's not even a real thing.
The Cranberry Zombie is probably the worst song of all time, man.
Really?
I'm sorry.
I
man.
agree with you.
I hate that
Oh
song,
my
bro.
God, thank you.
Man,
That
y'all
song
tripping.
sucks, bro.
Y'all
I
tripping.
hate it. I hate it.
I can get down.
That is the worst.
Crazy.
But-
Miley Cyrus just did a
What's your-
dope cover of that song. Y'all tripping.
It's like
Oh,
Barbie
sorry.
Girl. It's just about the same thing. It's pretty close.
It's not the same thing as
It's
Barbie
pretty
Girl.
close as the Barbie Girl.
No.
Barbie, Barbie, Barbie. Nah, I don't think it works like that.
What?
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 I'm a Barbie girl.
Okay, we've lost.
All right,
Go
Dev,
ahead.
what are your albums? You can go first.
No, fuck you. You're going first.
All right, fine. Obviously, Riddle Box.
Wow.
That's
Dope.
my all-time favorite album. And then,
Like
December?
ever?
yeah, like ever, like
Wow.
forever and ever.
Nice.
And then, Milo Goes to College by the Descendants. And then either You're Living All Over Me by Dinosaur Jr. or Freak Show by Twisted. Those
Dope.
are my 3.5. There you go.
Dope. Dope. That's some different shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we already know Dev's going to say Jagged Little Pill. What's
No
next?
way. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't in your top 3, bro.
Nah, man, that's number 5, man. They only gave me 3.
That's true.
All right.
All right,
Shit.
we know. All right, number 2's the Aeropostale music they play in the background in the store.
All right.
That fire. Fire.
Shit, man. My top 3, I go Slipknot, self-titled.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I go number 2, probably Handwell and Brokaw, Rod Dilliams.
That's another good
And number 3, I'd probably go Hell's Pit. That's like one of my all-time favorite joints, man.
Hell yeah.
So fire.
Yeah.
You're a dark motherfucker.
Yeah, no. I really am.
Smile, bro. It's gonna be okay.
Right.
I like it.
It's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay.
He only wakes up during thunderstorms.
Aw.
That's when he
Right.
performs best. You guys are lucky right now.
Well, we appreciate it. That's the shit.
Crawled
though.
out the crypt.
Crawled out the crypt. That's the shit. Fuck yeah. I love it, man. Some different shit. A little punk rock, a little underground. Mixing it all up. All kinds of freshness coming from these two guys. The Remains out today. Darby O'Trill and DEVERAUXX. The Ouija Max Wasteland, fully produced by DEVERAUXX, out right now, tearing up the charts. I can't wait to see them Billboard numbers, man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when you get some golds and some platinums?
Oh, shit, man. Dude. Who knows? I don't know, man. Hey,
I know what he's
put
gonna
him
do.
Put him in my bathroom or something, right?
Hell yeah. What's he gonna
He's
do?
gonna turn him into some diamond encrusted Birkenstocks.
There you go.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
You might be able to link up with Alanis after that.
Right.
Yeah,
Probably go
damn
see
straight.
her at her house. B&B at her
Right.
house.
Bro, come on, think about it. You're in the middle of a mall that has like a little babbling waterfall in the background. Just you and Alanis, acoustic guitar, little bongo, back and forth. Come on.
Dude, she dissed Joey Gladstone, man.
Man, fuck Joey Gladstone. He's not even
No
real,
way.
bro.
I'm
He's
sorry.
not
It's
even
Uncle
real.
Joey gang over here, bro. I'm
Man,
sorry.
do I have to
Cut
bust
it
out the
out.
Please Don't Hate Me remix?
Yeah, you
I'll
might
bust-
have to.
I'll bust out the Please Don't Hate Me remix right now. They don't want it. They don't want it. I ain't gonna do it. Don't press me. But yeah, we got mad freshness out now
all
and
the
on the
freshness.
way. It's nonstop.
Fuck yeah,
We
man.
just keep working. That's what Squad does. We work,
Cut
work,
it out.
work.
Let's see here. So I got a playlist we're gonna bump for everybody. It's I got a lot of tracks on here, so I'm gonna. This is all. It's all Darby, but I'm gonna. Let's see if you got any. I'm just gonna go over the playlist with you guys. If you guys have any fun tidbits or stories about any of the tracks before we play them, and that way you know
Okay.
what's coming up. I got I think you would make excellent pig feed. Everybody
That's a good one.
dies.
That's a good one.
What is the rug talking to me? Why is the rug talking to me?
That's a good one.
Warlock
Phenomenal.
Blades.
That's an all right one.
I Wonder with Castle Hill.
Fire.
Chum Bucket. I Feel Sick.
Okay, so Chum
Yep.
Bucket. Chum Bucket is there's a funny story with Chum Bucket. Chum Bucket, there's another version to Chum Bucket, right?
Yeah.
There was an original version of Chum Bucket, and then Darby hit me up to do a remix on it, so I basically grabbed his vocals and just made the beat around his vocals and turned it into this, like, fucking apocalyptic mosh pit, like, anthem, you know what I'm saying? And so that's a cool little tidbit about the
Man.
Chum Bucket thing.
The last show I got to play at the beginning of the year was the first time I got to play that, and sadly the last time for right now. But man, that song went off. That's a great song to do live. I love that song. I love what Dev did with that shit.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah,
fire.
that's super dope. What else I got here? It's actually a really long playlist because your songs are short, so I can play more of them.
So what else is on this playlist? Because there's some shit that's on my Spotify that's old and slightly questionable.
Sweet.
That doesn't necessarily need to be spun.
Uh-oh. Let's see. I think this is probably the only old one. I Feel Sick, Please Send Help.
That's a weird song, but
Hell
it's
yeah.
good.
Staying Alive Ain't Part of Your Future.
That's with Scum.
Yep.
That's my favorite song I've ever done.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to DEVERAUXX for making that happen.
I'm glad I could put
Make
it
little
on
boys' dreams come true.
Fuck
It's like
yeah.
Santa Claus.
Thank you, Sandra. I see the resemblance. An Ended Tonight with Castle Hill as well. And then Street Trash with Shaggy the Airhead off of the brand new record that just dropped today.
That
Oh,
shit
yeah.
is fire.
Fire.
Shaggy's verse is so fucking good on that. Shaggy killed that shit. Super killed that shit.
So does Darby, do you ever make beats, or Devereaux, do you ever rap?
I actually sing on that "Ended Tonight" song. That's another weird little tidbit. I'm singing on the chorus on that, John.
Didn't you do vocals on Bellyache too?
No, that's true.
Oh, that's just Cass? Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so anybody listening, I sing on "Ended Tonight." That's a little weird tidbit, I guess. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And I don't make beats at all.
Perfect. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. Well, then you guys are made for each other. But,
Nobody
a
makes
lot of people like to, go in a different realm, so I didn't know if you guys ever tried to
I
dabble.
mean, if I was smart enough, I'd probably try to make beats, but that's too much. I got too much other things I got to do. Because I do art and shit too. So,
Well, hell yeah.
yeah.
That's what's up. Well, Darby Trill, is that, you do like graphic design for other people, or is it just something you do for yourself?
Yeah, I do it for a few other people, just like people I really fuck with, or, but mostly it's just for myself. I do a lot of shit with, like, Dev and Shaggy. Like, I did Devin Castle's EP cover. I've done a couple things for Shaggy, and I've done, like, most of my album covers. Like, I did the Piecemeal cover. I did the cover for The Remains. I did the cover for the albums that are coming out that no one's seen yet, but they're there. And I just want to give a little tidbit for The Remains. There's a song on there called Night of the Mental Malfunction. That's my favorite song on there. Dev made the most noddest Isham in the 90s sounding beat, and it's amazing. And if you're going to listen to one song by me and DEVERAUXX as a collaborative team, let it be Night of the Mental Malfunction. That's all I got to say.
Fuck yeah, man. There you go. Well, make sure you guys go check it out. Let everybody know where they can follow you, where they can keep in touch. Make sure they don't miss all the albums and all the freshness you got coming out, Darby.
You can find me on everything at Darby O'Trill, DARBYOTRILL, if you know how to spell. There you go.
If you don't know how to spell, you can still type in the same letters and find your way there, I think.
Exactly. Exactly. Just follow the yellow brick road. You will find the treasures.
Do you do physical copies of anything? Is there a merch side? Is there t-shirts? Is there any way I can get people to give you money?
Yeah. PayPal me everything in your bank account, and you will live.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do they at least get a t-shirt for doing that?
Nothing.
What's up?
I said, would they at least get a t-shirt for sending you all their money?
I mean, I'll give them one of my old shirts in the back of the closet
Fuck
that
yeah.
the rats are currently chewing through. They can have that as a gratuitous thank you
That's
for
fucking.
your donation to
That's
the Save a Life.
super exclusive.
Amazing.
Super exclusive.
Super exclusive.
Catfish stains and all.
Ooh.
Nah, we definitely got CDs. We printed up a few copies of Piecemeal. Pretty much sold out of that. But this Friday, I will be announcing the physical bundles for the remains, which one of them includes a hard copy of me and Shaggy the Airheads EP, Bring Out the Clowns. And that's exclusive to that bundle. You get the remains, get to Bring Out the Clowns on CD. Both will have an exclusive song not found on any of the digital sites. You gotta own that. Nice little cellophane rap ditty to listen to that shit and have a shitty old car like I do and put it in the CD player and bump it. There you go.
Fuck yeah. Exclusive
Fuck
bundles and freshness coming this Friday, so make sure you guys follow Darby O'Trill
Friday.
so you don't miss out on any of that freshness and more of the freshness to come.
Exactly.
Send them your entire bank account and
That's
get
right.
a catfish-smelling T-shirt with rat teeth chew holes in it. You're
Delicious.
good.
Fuck
Special
yeah,
edition.
man.
Exclusive possum tail necklace. We got it all.
Possum tail necklace. That's a real thing, bro.
Hey, man,
Used
I'm
one of
from
those.
Florida.
I
What
could
the
use
fuck?
them.
I believe it. Hopefully there's some gator bundles.
Oh, there's definitely gator bundles.
Gator bundles.
Big gator bundles.
Big gator bundle. Why does gator sound so gay?
bun- It sounds even
Like
worse
nothing-
as a bundle.
Not that gay's
I'll
a bad
tell you
thing, but it's just whatever.
How you interpret it is up to you.
That's right.
Free world. Do what you must. Gator bundle.
Gator. Big gator bundles. Big gator bundles of the remains.
Mm-hmm. You'll
Jesus.
find the remains in the big gator bundles.
You'll find the remains of Carol Baskin's wife in your big gator bundle.
Yo, that is a crazy woman.
You know her? You guys friends?
I mean, we've had a couple sleepovers here and there, but
You're still alive to tell about it, though.
oh yeah, I was in a different room. It's all good.
Holy shit. Fucking madness, man. Hell yeah. So make sure you guys follow Darby. Follow DEVERAUXX on Instagram at DEVERAUXX. I guess he can't spell it either, so
Yeah.
we tagged him a bunch of times. So if you follow Replicon Radio, just click the blue highlighted tag and you can follow him as well. Same with Darby O'Trill. You guys got any last words, any shout outs, anything you want to say before we bump this playlist for everybody that's still able to tune in?
Shit, man. Without Shaggy here, man, none of this would be possible, dude. I don't even think I'd be talking to you guys if it wasn't for him, you know. That's my fucking brother, you know what I'm saying? Shout out fucking Ouija, shout out fucking ICP, man, for showing me love and shit and putting me in a position where we can make all dope music together, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Damian Quinn, shout out Roz. We got a lot of dope shit coming for everybody to bump and shit. And yeah, man, it's just take it day by day and just work our asses off and just make the best possible shit we can. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the squad, you know. Shout out Darby Trill. Hell yeah.
Shout out DEVERAUXX. Shout out you guys for having us on here.
Hell yeah. Shout out Replicon,
Shout out,
man.
Yeah, shout out Replicon. Shout out my boy Cuddy. That motherfucker's working hard too. Shout that motherfucker out. Shaggy. My boy Tommy. Keegan Grimm. Motherfuckers out here working. Shout out everyone who's putting some passion into this shit instead of just being some pussies.
That's right, man. Fuck yeah. Shout out to everybody out there working hard, man, and doing their thing.
And shout out to anyone who's actually going to send me their bank account, because that is.
I will send you a
We don't even know
t-shirt.
that they don't even. We never even gave them the official PayPal, so they'll have to you have to DM you first.
Oh,
Yeah,
Darby,
well-
did you get your power back, bro?
Oh yeah. We were in a hurricane last night. It was pretty cool.
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Wow.
I'm glad you're okay.
Like real bad? Like had to board your windows up shit?
Nah, it was just windy and rainy, and there was a bunch of trees and shit all over the road.
Nice.
But I mean, nothing like crazy. Not like what we had like a couple years ago, but it was chilling. It was a relaxing night of wind.
Wind. Well, we're glad you're good.
Real
Glad
Florida hours.
glad you made it through, man. You got to stay safe out there. Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, COVID, Florida, like.
Right.
I mean, Florida's got it all, man.
Yeah.
Right, at least the temperature's decent out there.
At least they got rid of the bath salts. So there's no more face-eating zombies down there. Well, there's probably a couple.
Whoa. I don't know where you heard that, but bath salts are definitely still on and popping.
Oh, are they? Damn. Shit,
Just
my
wait
bad.
for the YouTube videos.
Yeah,
I was just.
get it right, man.
He's like, damn, you about to cut out my supply? My
Yeah,
bad.
man. No, it's all good. It's all good. Respect.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us. 100,000,000% gonna have you guys back on the show when we don't have fucking issues. Again, I apologize to you guys and everyone, but welcome, man. Welcome to the Replicon Radio family. You guys are always welcome here. If you guys got some shit going on or whatever, just hit us up anytime. We're always here for you, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate you taking the time. We appreciate what you guys both do for sure.
Hey, we appreciate you guys, man. Y'all killing it.
Thank you guys so much, man. For real. Thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime, for real. When we say welcome to the family, we mean it. So
Family.
for real.
Hell yeah.
Family.
Hell yeah. Well, we're gonna take a break and play some of that music for everybody to enjoy, and then hopefully we'll be back after the break to hang out just a few more minutes. Do something with that.